As a child, every time Grandma told us a story from the Ramayana, Kaikeyi was unfailingly described as the bad woman. This description was so strongly stamped in my mind that years later, when I revisited the stories from the epic to tell my son, I would often find myself using the exact same words for a stepmother. It was only recently, while sifting through mythology, that I began to wonder how the women who glisten in black are always the ones who have exercised their will, expressed their thoughts, sought to satisfy their desires, and in the process crossed the lines etched in stone by men. How, by erring on the wrong side of these boundaries, they are reviled in perpetuity. Kaikeyi is a character who often comes to my mind when I think of how we expect daughters, wives, and mothers to be. She was given away in marriage in a faraway land by her father. She saved her husband's life on the battlefield. She was devoted to the welfare of her offspring. Is her entire life of being a meek and a dutiful woman negated by one act of asking her husband to live up to his promises? I would rate her as naive for taking the promise of his promises at face value, but I do not see that as a reason to vilify her. No one is perfect. After all, she was just human. Kaikeyi, serpents of infamy are coiled around my name. As stoic, I stand here, as I have done for centuries. Despite the abuses you have hurled at me, I shall never accept the tags of the flawed woman or the vile mother, although I am the scorned queen. Unyielding, I have no excuses to offer, nor any forgiveness I seek. What was my fault except to believe naively that two boons were mine for the asking, any time that I liked? Judge me if you must, like so many others before you have, and more to come shall too. But tell me, in all your honesty, how would you have labeled me were I a man making a calculated move? Being woman? Now that is a price, and more the unbearable burden of expectations, of virtue, of untold sacrifices, and towing the line mutely, be it drawn by father, husband, or son. Handed out in lieu of protection for my father's kingdom as second wife to my husband, although second I was to none. The tragedy of being woman complete when I was forsaken by my own son.